Hello, my viewers. This is Christine, your host. Uh, for those that are tuning in for the first time, I want to say welcome. And for those that are coming back for the sixth, seventh time, actually seventh, because this is my seventh video, I want to say welcome back and thank you for watching. For today's topic, I'm gonna be sharing tips on how to be the best version of you. You know, um, as some of you may know, for those who've been following my previous videos, I've selected a number of magazines, and I read through those magazines and pick out tips that I feel uh, I could use and you could use as well. So these are tips that I share, and I hope that if you're out there and you feel that these tips are useful to you, please don't hesitate to share them, and don't hesitate to let your friends know about these tips, right? Because these are day-to-day tips that I come across, and I feel like, these are tips that we should know about, right? Sometimes I don't have the time to go through all the magazines that I see out there, but hey, when I get the moment, I pick out some important information that I think is relevant to our day-to-day lives, right? Now, for those who know me through my social media platform, which is Exhibit Africa, I'm all about sharing information. So there's no better way a better place I could be other than here sharing these tips that bring the best out of you, and I believe they apply to me. I hope these tips can help me be the best I can be. Now, for today's tips are from this magazine here, which is Women and Home magazine. I believe you can find it online. You can check online. It has a lot of neat articles that you can actually read, but for today's topic, I decided I want to pick about self-improving tips, right? Okay, so here goes. Be the best version of yourself. Now there is about 7 tips in here that I'm going to share, and if time allows, I'll share all of them. If not, I'll you can still we can make use of whatever information we get our hands on. Okay, so the number one tip will be: unlock your hidden ambitions. All right, we all have desires that make us unique, but often we hide them and get them buried. This usually dates back to childhood, when there's a lot of pressure at school and in our families to conform. Now, when you think about it, when you're back in school, there are certain things that you wanted to be when you grow up, things that you were passionate about then, and you still carry that passion within. You didn't get the opportunity to do so, probably because your parents, were saying, hey, you can't do this. This is the right way, this is the right direction. And I'm sure it's all for good intentions, right? So you may have wanted to be one thing or do one thing, but your parents or the family pushed you in a different direction because they thought that would be the best way, the best direction for you. Well, this tip allows you to actually this tip is allowing us, so it's advising us to explore that in that ambition that you have inside you. And you can do that by first the first step to doing that is feeling fulfilled, to identify your own unique ambitions. Doing this actually boosts your confidence, and you will begin to recognize that some of the desires that you might initially have thought were strange may in fact give you a more interesting and satisfying life. So, my friends, if you have those desires, don't hold back. Please go for it. Okay, number 2, know when not to quit. Now, as if you've been in that, you've probably been in a situation, when you've tried out something and it didn't go right the first time around, and you're like, you know what, forget it. Well, this tip is for you. If something isn't working out for you, it's tempting to assume you should stop wasting time trying. Okay, but persistence is a valuable trait many successful people share. And you my friends might know people out there that have been successful, and they just doesn't happen, in one day. I'm sure they based on the article, I think they've tried and failed and tried and failed, but persistence is key to trying, right? So persistence, you want to be persistent. There are also various messages that tell us to give up. For example, you don't have the time at the moment, that you deserve to relax, you can try another time, you've already done enough, and so on. So when you're about to quit, you make these excuses, inside your mind. You make these excuses to give up. So if you're going through that, my friend, don't give up. Persistence is key. All right. Number 3, slow down and listen to your gut. In our fast-paced world, there is a temptation to respond quickly to decisions. Whether it's about hosting your mother-in-law's 80th birthday party, or agreeing to your teenage son's girlfriend joining you on holiday. Okay? But that can mean that you act before a situation has unfolded in your mind. Do what works best for you. You need to get in touch with your intuition, and that requires a bit of time and some quiet space. Okay, so make decisions based on your inner, that gut feeling that you have. If your gut says go for it, you could have 10 people around you saying, hey, you know what, don't you dare, that's the bad decision. Go with your gut decision. If that's what your gut decision is saying, go for it, you want to go for it. If your gut decision is saying no, then go to that, because it's key. I believe it's key in pushing you to either achieve or to back away from whatever you want to achieve. So please listen to that inner voice. Number 3, start each day well. Guys, how sometimes just one thing, just one something messes up your morning and kind of ruins your day. Well, we can change that, and this is how. Make a good start to a morning, um, in form of momentum. Give yourself the energy and control you need to have a good day. Okay, beginning the morning in a stressed rush, that will set the tone for the next few hours. Try to get up 30 minutes ahead of time. Have some quiet time to yourself before either your kids or your partner gets up, because we all could use that quiet time. That's the time when you get into your head and start thinking. I do have those moments. I could be watching TV all by myself, everybody's in bed, and I'm probably not even watching TV, but I'm processing my thoughts. So take that moment. Okay. Number 3, acquire a little expertise. Now this is an area that yeah, this is a tip that I could use. Okay, concentrate on developing something until you become an expert at it. You gotta keep trying. That's how you get better. Just like you develop professional expertise at work. Sharpen up your skills such as financial management. Build on personal traits like empathy, or acquire a new skill such as learning a language. Okay, so if you have the resources or the tools to get some expertise, I would say take advantage of it. If you're surrounded by people, or if you're surrounded by if you have resources to acquire more expertise at what you're doing, or even get better at it, I'd say take advantage, or seek the knowledge or seek expertise where possible. Okay, so that you can get better at again at whatever you're trying to achieve. Okay, number 6, do a friendship audit. Okay, look at your closest friends and analyze their key qualities, from diligence to kindness. Now there, think about who has the qualities you admire. The more time you spend with people who have these traits, the more you will start to rub off on you. Now, you know, we some of us might have friends that have different interests, you know, and you might share different interests with each of your friends, right? So I guess you wanna look into that. You wanna make an audit, and you know, think of which friends you want to surround yourself with regards you're trying to pursue, or you know, depending on what you're trying to do. You know, you want to share certain different interests with different friends, based on you know, you want to make sure that they have the best interest, as you do, right? So the magazine continues. You also need to be honest and acknowledge any friendships that bring you down. If anyone belittles you, acts selfish, or has views that make you uncomfortable, it's time to pull away. You don't have to confront them unless you feel that's important. Simply stop feeding the friendship and it will probably fizzle out. Okay, so you have to make the decision, and I think you know when you're not comfortable about certain friendships that you might have, and that's the point you want to either pull the plug, or you know, continue the friendship. So again, you know best. So that's the end of our 6 topics, but to summarize, I'm gonna go through each one of them, and so that you know, we take note and do not forget, just in case you wanna, you wanna follow through, or you wanna share them with your friends. Okay, so number 1, unlock your hidden ambitions. Okay, number 2, know when not to quit. Number 3, slow down and listen to your gut. Number 4, start each day well on a positive note. Okay. Number 5, acquire a little expertise. Get help where possible and use the resources that you have. Okay. And number 7, do a friendship audit. All right. Okay. So that's it, my friends. I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. I've learned a lot myself today. I hope you've learned something too as well. Please don't forget to join me on our next video, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, I've been your host, Christine, and it's been a pleasure as always. So until next time, cheers.